Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday morning. I wanted to jump on and thank Michelle Rutledge for the video she did with me at the beginning of this week. Her inspirational story of having an aneurysm and against all odds, turning her life around and starting in a new direction is truly inspirational. And it brought me to thinking about events that have been literally life-changing in my own life and the states that it brings us to, those states of gratitude. And the card that I pulled this morning is I am grateful. And what it says on the back is, you have so many things to be grateful for right now. The best way to get more things to be more grateful for is to acknowledge as many times a day as you can all the things that you are grateful for. And I remember after I had my car accident, that was life-changing for me. I spent probably the first 2.5 years after that accident complaining about everything that was taken away. I never ever stopped to think, not once, that something had happened in my life that had the potential to change it in a positive way. All I saw was the devastation. And it wasn't until probably 3 into the 4th year of this life-changing event that my consciousness, that my awareness started to shift and change. Once I got out of, first of all, the shock, and then everything that's taken away, and the poor me's and the why me's and everything else, my consciousness started to shift and move into, well, what can I do next? What's beyond this? Unlike Michelle, with having the aneurysm, she gave up control and completely surrendered to the universe to guide her in a direction, and know that if she was meant to survive it, she would. And she did. And not only did she survive it, she was released from hospital on her birthday, which for me signifies a massive rebirth. And then she took another challenge on her 60th birthday by climbing an ice wall. Now, how many people after having an aneurysm will climb an ice wall? And then she continued to go back to school to re-educate as a PSW, and found her calling and something that she absolutely loves. So from this place, in retrospect, when you look in the rearview mirror, there are lots of things to be grateful for, including the aneurysm, perhaps, that changed her life in a positive direction, albeit that we don't know that right at the very beginning, just the same as I didn't when I had my car accident. All I did was complain about what had been taken away. It wasn't until years later when I started to look in the rearview mirror of my life and see the positive changes and the things that I was grateful for the accident, that had changed my life in a way that was growing and expanding in perhaps a way that never would have done without the accident. So when you take a look in the rearview mirror of your own life, what major events have happened that when you can look back in that rearview mirror, you can actually see the positive changes that have happened for you and to you and through you, that have brought you to a positive place in your life that without it, it never would have. Now, as we work with energy and we know that we are energy and frequency, we know that nothing happens that we don't call in. And I know that's a really, really hard thing to swallow. And I know for me, I struggled with that for a long time. Like, what do you mean I called a car accident in? What do you mean I called in to change my life in such a dramatic way? But I did. And I called it in by the words I was using, by the energy I was feeling. Or perhaps I called it in from a contract made before I was born, for me to experience something that would catapult me into a different state of being. So when you look in that rearview mirror for yourself, take note of all the things you're grateful for, all of those huge changes, perhaps, that have happened, that have propelled you forward or in a different direction, totally different path in life. Or look at the tiny little nudges that you can be grateful for, that have nudged you step by step by step in a completely different direction. Look at the people around you that you can be grateful for. Not just your family and your close friends, but those on the outside. How have they shaped your life? How have they nudged you forward? Every single thing we do and experience, we call in. And again, that is a really hard thing for us to wrap our heads around sometimes. Because if somebody's treating you poorly, you say, well, I didn't do anything. But have a look at the words you use, the energy, the unspoken words, the ones that we talk to ourselves, the dialogue that's going on in our head 24/7 has a huge impact on what gets drawn into our being. The power of our words, or what brings in positive and negative energy. It anchors, it's like a magnet, it just draws to us. So having said that, be aware today perhaps of things that you are grateful for. Run through your mind everything that you're grateful for, your life, where you live. And if your circumstances aren't quite where you want them to be, what is in your life that you're grateful for? Do you have children that you're grateful for? Do you have a partner that you're grateful for? Do you have a cat or a dog that you're grateful for? Are you grateful you got a hot meal last night? Are you grateful there's a roof over your head or a blanket that covers your body? There are so many things for us to be grateful for. Again, I want to thank Michelle. It takes great courage to share your story, and particularly on video. So my heart and my gratitude go out to you, Michelle. For everybody that's commented on Michelle's video and the inspirational videos I've done previously, thank you so much. I am grateful to you. I'm grateful for you for listening to these videos and to these little podcasts. I'm grateful for you for sharing them. And I'm grateful for you for sharing my journey and being part of Rebels Compass. Have an amazing day, everybody. Bye for now.